What is going on, everybody? Long time no see. Welcome back to TTP Sports. And the last time we left off with the Philadelphia Phillies, we were very frustrated after Friday night's loss to the Arizona Diamondbacks. And 2 days later, yesterday was not able to recap the game. Obviously, I was out of town in New York City. And we follow it up with today with an 11:30 game after the Phillies won yesterday by a score of 12-1. The offense absolutely exploded, and Zack Wheeler did his thing. And for today's game, it was some clutch hitting from the bottom guys in the lineup, David Dahl, Bryce, and Stott. And Cristopher Sanchez was just spectacular. Very spectacular. He also gets himself a nice little contract extension, too, which we will get into in a little bit. Also, Taijuan Walker goes to the IL, and Spencer Turnbull looks like he's sliding back into the rotation. He'll make the start against the Detroit Tigers during this next series. And, yeah, you win a series against the Arizona Diamondbacks. At the end of the day, if you look at the big picture, so when you come back from that, sluggish road trip after coming back from London, you lose the series in Boston, you lose the series against Baltimore, you come back, you win a series against San Diego, and you win a series against the Arizona Diamondbacks, which is really good. The Braves lost yesterday, which increased your NL East lead to 7 games. You winning right now makes it 7.5, and currently the Braves and the Yankees are underway. They're in the bottom of the fourth. The Braves are winning 1-0. So if the Braves were to lose that, it'll go back to an 8-game lead. If the Braves win, it'll be a 7-game lead. So you gain some ground this weekend, which is very important in that aspect, which, hey, good last 2 games by the Phillies here. They looked 20 billion times better. Yesterday was just a complete offensive outburst, which was hilarious. Of course, the one game that I can't watch, even though I tried to, see some updates as I was walking throughout Manhattan. When we sat down at a food court, that was basically right around the time the game started, and we were sitting in the food court for a while, so I was able to just watch the updates on the MLB app because I wasn't able to watch a live stream of it without my phone battery being drained because of it. So I just see the updates happening. I see Zack Wheeler doing his thing. Then I see the Bryce Harper 2-run shot update. Then I see, a bunch of other run scores as the time goes along and everything like that. So good day yesterday for the Phillies. Great day, and actually for the Phillies. And then, like I said, today was a very weird start time. Basically, I guess you could say replicating of the London time of, was it like 10 in the morning, 10:30 in the morning? Not that early, not as early in the morning, but still, it still is it's kind of nice. It definitely is kind of nice having a baseball game that early to where it wraps up earlier in the afternoon, and then you can just relax for the rest of the day. So that basically was the case. Cristopher Sanchez was really good. Won a series. Most important thing, you're not at 51 wins on the season, and you are currently, 25 games above 500. Good stuff there. Some good stuff there. After how frustrated we were on Friday, the Phillies just follow that up and smack us in the face and bring us right back to reality, as it always is. So great stuff by the Fightins. Great stuff by the Fightins. We're definitely going to get into both of these games over the past 2 days, so definitely that'll be a talking point there. And it's basically it. We'll get into the Cristopher Sanchez stuff. We'll get into the Taijuan Walker injury list. And the Phillies, I believe, they also brought up a pitcher, if I'm not mistaken. So let's definitely do that. So let me bring that up. Let me get this over and done with. Let me go to the Phillies. Let's go to the Phillies Twitter just so I could see the official announcement on the Taijuan Walker thing. I think they put that on their Twitter. If I'm yep. Yes, they did. So let's get into all this stuff. So a lot of this, I believe, happened yesterday during the afternoon before the game started, specifically with the Cristopher Sanchez contract extension. So that was it's a really smart move by the Phillies. It actually came across as the Phillies weren't even looking to extend him right now. It was that Cristopher Sanchez and his agent came up to the Phillies and were asking for a contract extension, and Dave Dombrowski just obliged. So Cristopher Sanchez is like, hey, I want to be a Philly for the foreseeable future. And Dave Dombrowski was like, bet, and get the pen and paper on the dotted lines there. And that's basically what happened. So Cristopher Sanchez, he signs a 4-year contract extension covering 2025 to 2028. It's a $22.5 million contract. And in 2025, he'll make $1.5 million. 2026, he'll make $3 million. 27, he'll make $6 million. And then 28, he'll make $9 million. He has a $14 million option for 2029 with a $1 million buyout, and then a $15 million option for 2030 with a $1 million buyout. And the option can escalate to $16 million and $19 million based on if he finishes top 10 in Cy Young voting. I'm assuming that's for this year. But great signing by the Phillies, a very smart signing by the Phillies. Cristopher Sanchez, the past 2 seasons, has shown just amazing progression in his development and has become a very big staple into the back end of this Phillies rotation. And it buys out the rest of his arbitration years. So you really don't even have to worry about that aspect whatsoever. And it's a very team-friendly deal to where now that you can focus on getting Ranger Suarez extended, because I'm sure that's Dave Dombrowski, one of his next things in terms of signings for this pitching staff. And also, Jeff Hoffman's going to be a free agent this offseason. I'm sure Dave Dombrowski would like to lock him up just in case of the fact that happens. But it's, really smart move here by the Phillies. Cristopher Sanchez has definitely earned that right for the extension with the way that he has pitched this year. And he comes into his start, post-contract extension, and he was fantastic. He was just fantastic. A lot of soft contact, and when he did allow base runners, the Phillies defense helped him out with double plays and everything there, so he was just really good in today's game. He probably could have gone deeper in the game, all things considered. His pitch count was absolutely perfect. He had 80 pitches coming after 7 innings, but I guess Rob Thompson just didn't want to force him to go longer into the game, brought out his back end of the bullpen, and they basically turned things down from there. Jeff Hoffman got into a little trouble into the top of the 9th inning, actually got the tying run to the plate for the Diamondbacks, but he was able to get the save there, which at the end of the day, it is what it is. Jeff Hoffman has been so spectacular for the Phillies in the bullpen this year that he was due for a game where he did allow a run. I believe that was his first run allowed in his last 12 appearances, so it happens sometimes at these points. So if we look at Cristopher Sanchez, 7 innings, 3 hits allowed, no walks, no earned runs, 4 strikeouts on 80 pitches. He lowers his ERA to 2.67, so he just continues to be spectacular. Jose Alvarado in the bullpen, 2 strikeouts, 14 pitches in the 8th inning. Fantastic stuff there. And then Jeff Hoffman, 1 inning, 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout on 19 pitches. Raised his ERA to above 1, so sadly that was the case. But Jeff Hoffman will definitely bounce back in his next appearance. Offensively today, the Phillies did get a lot of hits, especially from the middle, parts of the lineup toward the end of the lineup. Kyle Schwarber, he was kept quiet on the offensive side of today's game. He was on an offensive tear yesterday. He goes 0 for 5 today. Trey Turner goes 1 for 5. Bryce Harper goes 2 for 4, so he had a fantastic series. Alec Boehm 2 for 3, and he also got hit by a pitch. Nick Castellanos continues to drive in RBIs, 1 for 4 with an RBI. Bryson Stott got a huge insurance run, went 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. David Dahl broke the game open a little bit with a 2 RBI single. Goes 2 for 4 in the day. Brandon Marsh 1 for 3 with a walk, and then Garrett Stubbs goes 1 for 4. Phillies do go 3 for 13 with runners in scoring position. They left 10 runners on base, and just over the course of this game, definitely a very quick one there. Phillies definitely had their chances throughout the game. So Alec Boehm and also Bryce Harper, it felt like with the way in the bottom of the first inning, with the way that he hit the ball, you thought, in the way the camera angle was, you thought the ball was just launched. It died right before the warning track, so I'm just like, God damn it. So I guess he just got it off the end of the bat, or he just got jammed. Bryce was also like, how the fuck did I miss that? But you go to the bottom of the second inning, Boehm leads off with a double. Nick Castellanos drives him home with an RBI single. David Dahl did get a hit, so it made it first and second with 2 outs, but Garrett Stubbs was not able to do anything. Bottom of the third, the Phillies did have a couple of base runners, Turner and Boehm. Nothing happens there. Bottom of the 4th inning, Marsh got a single. Nothing happens there. He did advance to second base on a passed ball, but we're not able to drive that run home. Trey Turner reached on an infield single. Harper got a single as well, but then Boehm grounded into an inning to double play. Then bottom of the 6th, this is where the more runs scores for the Phillies. Bryson Stott walks. He goes to second base on a passed ball, and then Brandon Marsh walks as well, and they both runners advanced on a balk by Martinez, the Diamondbacks pitcher. The Phillies did get the Martinez in this inning. He was completely all over the place. David Dahl finds a way to get the ball into the outfield. 2 RBI single, makes it a 3-0 game. Garrett Stubbs did single, so there was 2 runners on for Kyle Schwarber. He does hustle to get a force out there, but Trey Turner was not able to do anything in that situation. Bottom of the 7th inning for the Phillies, Bryce Harper with a leadoff double. Alec Boehm gets hit by a pitch. Bryson Stott then singles the other way to get the insurance runs for the Phillies. Makes it 4-0. Alvarado in the 8th, 1-2-3. Phillies in the 8th, 1-2-3. And then Jeff Hoffman, he got, the Diamondbacks decided to bring in all their pinch hitters. Perdomo with a long at bat, doubles off the left field wall. Carroll then lines out, which advances Perdomo to third. Then Marte singles to score Perdomo. Peterson then strikes out another pinch hitter there. Gurriel singles on the first pitch he sees, and then Walker grounds out on the first pitch he sees to end the ball game. So the Diamondbacks did get the tying run to the plate, but thankfully Christian Walker was just too aggressive, and he chopped one to Alec Bohm to end the ball game off. So good stuff there from the Phillies. They find a way to get the series finale win. And let's look at yesterday. And then we're going ass backwards. But I feel like yesterday there's a lot more to talk about in terms of just everything going crazy here. So let's go over this entire game because Phillies definitely exploded for a 12-1 victory there. And Zack Wheeler did Zack Wheeler things. It kind of goes undermined with how great the offensive was. Zack Wheeler went 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 0 walks, and 8 strikeouts on 97 pitches. So much better bounce-back performance there for Zack Wheeler than Gregory Soto, and Ruiz mopped up the rest of the ball game for the Phillies. The Phillies went 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. They just got a lot of extra base hits. So bottom of the first inning, Kyle Schwarber and Trey Turner, they both get on. Schwarber hit by a pitch. Trey Turner singles, which moves Schwarber over to third base. Bryce Harper then singles, makes it 1-0 Phillies. Then Castellanos gets a sacrifice fly, makes it 2-0. Phillies actually went quiet in the bottom of the second inning, then go to the bottom of the third inning. Schwarber with a leadoff double, and then Bryce Harper sends one to the fucking stratosphere. Absolutely crushed this ball into the second deck, made it 4-0 Phillies. Then Alec Bohm follows that up with back-to-back shots. So 5-0 Phillies after 3. The weather these past couple of games have been brutal. Yesterday in Philadelphia, I believe it was like high 90s, like 98, and it felt like 100. It felt like triple digits, like 105 or something like that. It was hot in New York where I was, and it wasn't as hot in Philadelphia. So yeah, they were definitely feeling it out there. So I felt bad for a lot of these guys, but the ball sure did carry in yesterday's game, no doubt. Bottom of the fourth inning, Sosa and Pache, they get 2 walks. Then Marchand grounds out into a double play. But Sosa goes to third. Kyle Schwarber then doubles to score Sosa, makes it 6-0 Phillies. Diamondbacks, they do get on the board in the top of the 5th by an RBI single. But then Zack Wheeler gets out of that, limiting the damage. And then bottom of the 5th, Nick Castellanos responds. Bryce Harper leadoff single. Nick Castellanos hits one into the stratosphere as well in the second deck in left field, makes it 8-1 Phillies. And then bottom of the 6th inning, Phillies made it 10-1. Castellanos drives in a couple of more RBIs. He had 5 RBIs on the day yesterday, so just driving in all the runs possible. Then bottom of the 8th inning for the Phillies, the Diamondbacks actually brought out a position player, and David Dahl hit a 2-run shot that made it 12-1. So just crazy stuff there. Dahl was laughing. Barnhart for the Diamondbacks, who was the position player on the mound, was laughing. It was just a funny time there. And yeah, that's the way your ball game ends, looking at the lineup. Kyle Schwarber, he was 2 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. Trey Turner, he was 1 for 4. Bryce Harper was 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs in a 2-run shot. Alec Bohm was 1 for 4 with the solo shot. Nick Castellanos 2 for 3 with 5 RBIs and a 2-run shot. Bryson Stott, he was 1 for 5. David Dahl was 1 for 1 with the solo shot. Edmundo Sosa, he was over 1 with a walk. Then he actually got hit by a pitch on the elbow, so he's day-to-day there. So Merrifield came in, he went 1 for 2. Pache went over 4 with a walk, and then Marchand went 1 for 4. So, you're winning games right now. You won the series. End of the day, most important thing there. It's all I care about. At the end of the day, winning series is the most important thing you can do. So, and also in terms of Taijuan Walker, so this was before this morning's game, actually. So the Phillies have placed Taijuan Walker on the 15-day DL retroactive to 6/22, so yesterday, basically, with a right index finger inflammation. To fill his spot on the 26-man roster, right-handed pitcher Michael Mercado was recalled from Lehigh Valley. Mercado will wear number 63. And I do believe Matt Gilb did post that Spencer Turnbull will slot back into the starting rotation. So that's basically it there. And here's an update on the National League ERA leaders. Top 3, Phillies. Top 3 are Phillies. Ranger Suarez leads the NL in ERA with a 1.75 ERA. Sanchez with a 2.67 ERA, and Zack with a 2.73. Holy shit. Phillies starters, man, going crazy with the ERAs. Love it. I love it. I love it. On a day that Matvey Michkov is coming over to Philadelphia, Phillies win a series against the Diamondbacks. Oh my God. Love it. Love it. And I do believe I saw a post here. Yeah, this is from Brooksgate. They post a lot of, I guess, baseball stats. So this is team ERA in the month of June. The Phillies have the second best team ERA in the month of June at a 3.33. The next best team is the Seattle Mariners at a 3.12. The other teams are the Reds at a 3.36, Orioles at a 3.36, Guardians at 3.38, Dodgers 3.41, Cardinals 3.49, Brewers 3.66, Astros 3.74, Boston 3.81, and then the rest of the list goes down there. The Yankees are actually 21st this month of June. They have a 4.63, and the worst team ERA is the Colorado Rockies. The Arizona Diamondbacks have actually had a very terrible starter ERA in the month of June, 5.16, which showcases why the Phillies were able to do some damage offensively in this series. So that's good. The offense needed some, definitely needed some confidence building in this series. Yeah, I do see. I am getting updated on the Braves score. Yeah, they're winning 3-0 after the top of the fifth inning, so it looks like they might hold that one off. I believe Max Fried is pitching very well for the Braves. Yeah, 4 innings, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, and Nestor Cortez has allowed 3 earned runs for the Yankees. Has he allowed a home run in this game? Yep, he allowed a home run to Jared Kelenic, it looks like. So Kelenic has 2 RBIs, and Albies has the other RBI in this game for the Braves. So yeah, so if we look at the standings currently, Phillies, I think at this point, they're 7.5 games up on the Braves, but if the Braves do win, it'll go back to 7 games. So, hey, 5-5 in your last 10. You won 2 in a row. That's 2 series wins in a row, bouncing back from that road trip, which is the most important thing there. And, yeah, that's all you can ask for at the end of the day. Best record in the National League by far so far, 51-26. Brewers, they're 44-33. The Dodgers are 41-31. Who else? The Cardinals are finally above 500. They're 38-37. The Braves are 42-32, depending on what happens after this game today. Then basically, yeah, the Padres, they're 41-40. Actually, they've won 4 in a row after winning that series finale against the Phillies. I believe they just swept the team they were playing or something like that, unless they're playing a 4-game series, if I'm not mistaken. Who else? Yeah, and basically every other team is below 500. The Nationals are 2 games below 500. The Mets are 3 games below 500. The Pirates are 2 games below 500. The Cubs are 3 games below 500. The Reds are 4 games below 500. Diamondbacks, after this series lost, are back to 2 games below 500. The Giants, they're 5 games below, and the Rockies are the Rockies. The Marlins are the Marlins as well. And then in the American League, the Yankees by far have the best record in baseball right now, even though right now it does say the Phillies in terms on ESPN, but the Yankees have a 52-27 record. Then it's the Guardians, and it's the Orioles, the Dodgers, the Brewers, the Mariners. Definitely some interesting stuff here, boys. Definitely some interesting stuff. I don't think there's anything else here on the Twitterverse in regards to postgame. Not really much. But yeah, I think that's basically it. That's basically it. I'm like so distracted and like distraught from all the Matvey Michkov news. That's basically what I've been paying attention to this entire time. So, yeah, that's basically it. There's really not much else with this. But if we look at the upcoming Phillies schedule, I think they have a 3-game series in Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3-game series against the Detroit Tigers. So, yep. Tomorrow it'll be Aaron Nola. Looks like he's going up against Casey Mize. Casey Mize, he's 1-5 with a 4.43 ERA. So should be able to do some work there. Against on Tuesday, it'll be Ranger Suarez against Tarek Skubal. Tarek Skubal has been very good for Detroit, actually, 8-3 with a 2.50 ERA. But his last couple of games, he's gotten roughed up a bit against the Braves and against the Houston Astros. And then the series finale of this 3-game set, it'll be Spencer Turnbull coming back into the rotation for Taijuan Walker on Wednesday afternoon, going up against Jack Flaherty. Jack Flaherty is 5-4 with a 2.92 ERA. So it's really for the Tigers. Their pitching has been solid, but their offense is not good. So if the Phillies can figure out their pitching, our pitchers just do their thing, and Phillies should win this series easily. But no guarantees there. You got to take it every day by day and just win the games that are in front of you. And then after the Detroit series, it's 4 games at home against the Miami Marlins. Then it's a 6-game road trip against the Cubs and against the Atlanta Braves. And then it's 6 games to close out the first half before the All-Star break at home. 3 against the Dodgers, which will be an entertaining series. So you got Dodgers and Braves back to back, basically. So after the series in Atlanta, you come home to play the Dodgers, and then you have 3 games against the Oakland Athletics to close out the first half. So yeah, interesting stuff here, boys. The All-Star break will be here before you know it. Not that far away. At July 15th, basically after that. So yeah, basically a little under a month. It's gonna come up on us quickly, most likely here. So yeah. We do got some voicemails here. We do have a voicemail from yesterday's game, so I'm going to play that first. And then we do have a voicemail regarding today's game. So I'm going to get to those. So let's get to yesterday's game, actually. So let's get to Sean. He left a call for yesterday. I'm not sure if he's going to be leaving a call today. We do have a call from Zack for today's game. So let's get to Sean first. And then, then we'll get to Zack. So Sean, what were Sean's thoughts up there yesterday?
A lot to get to here, so let's start. I touched on this yesterday, but congratulations to Cristopher Sanchez for getting that contract. I think it's a solid move by the Phillies, getting him to put pen to paper now at 27 years old, and he pitched his ass off today. I mean, tremendous job. I thought he may have even been able to go 8 and possibly 9. I mean, they weren't doing too much with him from around the first inning on. I mean, a lot of ground balls, just a solid effort. I mean, solid win for the Phils. You're glad you got Arizona back a little bit. You just need some help from the Yankees. But let's get to the bigger picture here. Mitch Koff is coming, baby. Mitch Koff is coming.
Oh, so this is from today. I didn't even realize Sean left the call. So this is from today. So Zack and Sean left it at the exact same time. So that's what confused me. Continue, Sean.
Thank God. I mean, this already makes the draft, a success, even though it hasn't started. Great news for the Flyers. Great news for the hockey fans in Philadelphia. I'm happy that the Mitch Koff rumors are over and he's actually coming here. So great job. And in closing, I said this to Hunter on his show, but I thought the broadcast was pretty good, but the MLB Zen ads have to go. I mean, Jesus Christ, I've played the hat game enough. I've seen them squirting wasp nest and dusting off home plate, and we get it. But other than that, it was a pretty good Roku broadcast. Solid win for the Phils.
I think it's good by MLB for this specific broadcast. Well, I think it's just Roku in general that it's free for people to watch. You don't have to subscribe to Roku or anything like that. And also, if you are subscribed to MLB TV and you are able to watch that on MLB TV without any blackout restrictions, even though for some reason it should be blacked out in general, but for the Roku specific games, they're not blacked out. So that's how I was able to watch the game today, because me and my cousin shared the MLB TV account. So that's how I was able to watch today's game. But yeah, it was just you got to see a teammate. You got to see Tom McCarthy on both the streamed broadcasts, which was very nice to hear from him. So get a little Phillies perspective there. So I was actually thrown off guard with the Mitch Koff stuff, because I was like, oh wait, this is from yesterday. So why is Sean talking from the future or something like that? But no, this is from today. So, but yeah, Cristopher Sanchez, very smart by the Phillies, and pitched his ass off once again. So, yeah. Great stuff there. Great stuff. Like I said, the Mitch Koff comment threw me off for a loop, because I didn't realize that he called today. Because I get the emails for the voicemails and I didn't see Sean's name, and then on the timestamp right here it says Zack and Sean left it at the exact same time. So that's kind of funny. So let's get speaking of Zack, let's get to Zack. What does he have to say?
Sweet revenge right there, taking 2 or 3 from Arizona. And Cristopher Sanchez has established himself as one of the best pitchers in the league. I mean, he's not giving up much hard contact. It's all pop up, on the ground. The guy's lethal. stays down in the zone. And right after that beautiful extension they've given him, so that has me excited. Nick Castellanos seems to be heating it up. He got it started today. Dahl was a 2 RBI hit. That was big. And Stotty came through with another insurance run. So, this team's looking good right now, man. And on to the next series. Go Phils.
Yeah. Short, simple, straight to the point. Yep, definitely. I think it's huge for Castellanos to have a good homestand. He definitely needed something like this. And yeah, Bryce Harper, he does look like might be starting to go nuclear a little bit with the way that he's hitting. So hopefully that is the case. If he gets those numbers up a little bit more, his numbers are still fantastic regardless. But he's probably in the mix for NL MVP right now. I'm sure he's like at least up there with Shohei Ohtani and everything there. Bryce Harper's numbers so far, yeah, he has a 297 batting average, 397 on base, and a 558 slugging so far this year at 955 OPS, 18 home runs, 51 RBIs. He's definitely in the mix right now for MVP. And if he goes on a nuclear stretch, he could probably put himself as a front runner, honestly, because is Major League Baseball going to give an MVP award to a DH? It could happen if it's Shohei Ohtani, most likely. But if Bryce Harper gives him a run for his money, if Shohei Ohtani wasn't a DH and he was pitching as well, Shohei Ohtani most likely would run away with the MVP. But Shohei Ohtani just being stuck at DH and not being able to pitch might give Harper a better chance here. But we'll see as the season goes along. We'll definitely see. I think Bryce is due for that nuclear stretch, and hopefully this could be the case, and it could be the start of that. So, yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm definitely excited for it. So, in terms of the series this week, tomorrow I'm actually going to do, I actually thought of this before, during the Flyers stream earlier this morning during the game. So, on the Mitchkov stream. So, actually, tomorrow night, I'm going to live stream reaction to the Stanley Cup Final Game 7. I want to get that out there just because it's like a rare thing that we really see with the NHL, especially just since the Game 7, and also because Edmonton forced a Game 7 after being down 3-0. So we're going to have a watch party for that, have some fun stuff there, and we'll also have Phillies in the background so we can react to that as it's going on. But yeah, so you'll get your standard recaps most likely. Phillies, what are the times for these games, actually? So I can check. Let me check the game times, actually. I don't know why I'm doing it on the computer. I can just easily do it on the phone with the MLB app, most likely. So if I do this, I think it's at 6:40 if I'm not, yep, 6:40 games. Yeah, so tomorrow 6:40, Stanley Cup Finals at 8 o'clock. So depending on the Phillies and everything like that, it'll depend on the recap. Definitely will depend on the recap, but I think priority will go to the watch party tomorrow. Just you'll see something in your subscription feed. Don't worry about that. But that's basically it there. So, yeah, that'll do it for tonight, everybody. I appreciate you all for tuning into 2 of these streams early in the day. So, definitely a rare feat there. But, hey, some good stuff here with our sports team. So, yeah, definitely here. Nasty Nestor. He's some hot trash. What's going on with the Braves game? Did they put more runs on the board? Nope, still 3-0. Still 3-0. I got my Cream Harper jersey on after seeing that second deck shot. Hate the Diamondbacks. Yeah, I understand that, Kev. I understand that. I hate them too. Couldn't quite cut it off the head with a sweep, but stepping on the head is just as fine. Good series win regardless. Couldn't take my mind off the Flyer. Oh yeah, I can't take my mind off this, man. I can't. It's exciting. It definitely is. I haven't stopped smiling since, basically. So yeah, fun times. But I do think the update with Mitchkov, I think it was Anthony Sanfilippo that posted an update on it, specifically on when Mitchkov specifically is coming over. So just a little note on that. So if you go to Anthony Sanfilippo's Twitter, I think they're doing something with Snow goalie possibly at some point. So yeah. So given a timeline on Mitchkov's arrival, step 1 is sign him to his entry-level contract, which is the easy part. Step 2 is getting him a visa. As such, it's highly unlikely he'll get here for development camp, which is next week, but the Flyers hope he'll be able to arrive in town by the end of July. So Mitchkov is still coming here. It's just a matter of when he can get his visa on time, which is, very important right there. So good stuff, boys. Phillies series win. Mitchkov's coming over. Great day. great June 23rd here in Philadelphia. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. And also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Great deal. Don't pass it up.